it's Nicole from Nicole Loves. Welcome to the channel. So today's video, I am doing another tag video. I know this is the third one. This tag video is a little bit different than the other two that I did because this one is all about books. I just randomly got recommended on YouTube the BookTube Newbie Tag. I'm gonna go do some hunting to find out who originated this tag. I'll put their name right here once I find who originated this tag, but I have seen a ton of people have been doing this tag and I love reading, so I wanted to do this. Sassy apparently wants to join us for the tag. Come here, Sass. Upsy-daisy. Oh, this is my dog, Sassy. She's joining us for the book tag. If you are new around here, hi, my name is Nicole. It's wonderful to meet you and thank you very much for clicking on today's video. Do consider hitting subscribe if you enjoy, all kinds of content. Clearly, I upload new videos every single week on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and I go live every single Sunday. If you're in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? Just how's everyone's week going? I hope you guys aren't tired of the tags yet. I feel like since this is not a nail polish tag, that it's, a totally different audience, so let's see how it goes. So the first question is, why did I start this channel? You hopping down? Okay, you're hopping down? Okay. Okay, so the first question, why did I start this channel? Originally, I started this channel as a nail polish channel. So I started this channel originally in 2021. I'm going on 3 years actually next month for being on YouTube. I originally started this channel as an extension of my blog, NicoleLovesNails.com. My original thought process was on my blog for polishes. I had anywhere from 8 to 20 final photos depending on the nail polish and depending where I was at in my blogging career, for lack of a better word. And if you take pictures of your nails, you know that, that's a lot of pictures. And one thing I was finding that the longer I was blogging for, that the more busy I got with things coming in that people wanted me to swatch, things that I wanted to swatch, that I could not dedicate that much time for every single nail polish and still, keep things moving and flowing. So I had said to myself, if I start making videos, I could do things so much faster because I wouldn't be taking, 1,000 pictures to get 20 final photos. I could just, make a video and be so much faster, so much easier.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
And looking back at that thought process is so ridiculous. I did not factor in that doing videos, I would then have to, edit the videos. And first I'd have to learn how to edit those videos. And yeah, it did not in fact make my life any way easier, but I do think it made it better. In around sometime this year, I kind of got the itch to do some non-nail polish things. I can't remember specifically when the itch to do something else was starting to come on. But it was starting to nag on me a little bit this year that I wanted to do something different. And so I started, doing something different. I started just throwing in some random non-nail polish videos and I really enjoyed them. That's kind of the history of the channel. Recently, this month actually, I changed the name of this YouTube channel from Nicole Loves Nails to just Nicole Loves, and that is to reflect that this isn't just a nail polish channel. I feel like for a long time this hasn't just been a nail polish channel. I've been really enjoying doing some non-nail polish things, but in related to books, this is only going to be my second book related video, but on my YouTube channel for my live streams, we've been doing book club for a couple of months now. I think this is our 4th or 5th month of doing book club. So, if you like books, why don't you join my book club? Question 2, what is unique about this channel? I guess in the context of BookTube, this channel is unique in the sense that it's not a book channel. It's not a book channel. It's a little bit of everything channel. The majority of the videos are nail polish related. I have some vlogs, I have some gardening videos, I have cooking videos, there should be more coming up soon, and there's a lot of different things going on here, and coming up into the new year, there's going to be even more things that are not, nail related. I'm currently thinking that I'm going to start doing some more super quick book reviews as well, because I feel like I get kind of like a chatty Cathy sometimes, and so trying to condense a book down to under 60 seconds, I'm kind of struggling with a little bit. But yeah, I want to start doing some more book related content on here. The next question is, why do I love reading? I feel like for a good chunk of my life, I kind of didn't, not to sound I mean, I guess technically I was a little depressed, but like for a good chunk of my life, I really enjoyed the escapism, like reading someone else's story and being immersed in their life and not immersed in my life for a really long time. And then for like the past couple of years, reading was one of the things that I started doing more of again. Like I've always been a reader, but I feel like after starting Nicole Loves Nails, having a non-nail polish related escape to go to has been a brain saver, a life saver. What's that saying? A lifesaver? A brain saver? What's the saying? Not life saver. What is it? Mind saver? I don't know what the word is. I'm not good with words. It's just been really good to decompress because I originally started doing my nails as like a therapeutic kind of thing. I have really bad anxiety, and I was a nail biter from the time I was a kid up into I was in like my 20s. When I started to get my anxiety under order, I was able to start growing my nails and not bite them. And so I started painting my nails as a way to, you know, keep me from biting my nails as well. When my nail polish thing turned from like kind of like a mindfulness exercise into a job, nail polish no longer was like an escape, I guess we can say. That it no longer fit there. Like it was now like something that I did like as a job. And so I kind of really had to rely on my other hobbies like cooking, baking, reading, playing video games as something to, you know, be my mindfulness to get out of my head and not think about things that stress me out, which, you know, jobs stress people out. And reading really got very big for me as well. I like just, you know, reading about somebody else's life and just immersing myself into like a new world. And I don't know, I find it fun. I find it fun. I don't know, I find it fun. It's enjoyable. Howdy, Editing Nicole here. Somehow I always end up skipping a question when I'm doing these. So the question that I didn't get to read is, what are my favorite books? So I'm actually gonna go with some of my favorite book series because I'm having a really hard time just like saying which one. My all-time favorite book series ever that I've reread the most amount of times is the Anita Blake series from Laurel K. Hamilton. It's an absolutely massive series. There's currently 30 books, but I have reread pretty much all of the books except for like the last 5 in the series. I've reread all of them at least twice. Another series that I reread on a regular basis is the Twilight series by Stephanie Meyer. I know. I love this series, okay? It's a guilty pleasure, I guess. A newer series to me that I've been really loving a lot is the Deathwalker Bride series by Opal Rain. That is a monster romance and it's very smutty, but also has a lot of world building, and I think the whole series is just really, really cool. Another all-time favorite series for me is the Repairman Jack series, as well as the Secret History of the World series by F. Paul Wilson. The Repairman Jack series is another series that has like a ton of books, and that series is part of the Secret History of the World, which is just an absolutely just super, super cool series, but it will take you forever to read everything. Next question is, what BookTube challenge is my favorite and which will be the hardest to overcome? I don't know any of the BookTube challenges. The BookTube content that I've watched thus far, I actually haven't seen any like challenges, so I don't even know what is going on in BookTube, honestly.
I don't know what's going on. Okay.
So I don't know how to answer this because I don't know any of the BookTube challenges because I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Next question is, when did I start reading? I've always liked to read. Like ever since I learned how to read, like as a kid, I've always liked reading. It's always been something that I did. I've kind of had parts in my life where like either I read a lot and I do nothing but reading, and then other times where like I have other things going on and I don't read. Before I met my husband, I was reading like, I think one year the highest number of books that I read that year was like 130, 140, something in there. And so yeah, I've just always liked reading. Like there hasn't been a point in my life where like I didn't love to read. I just think like what I like to read kind of goes around and changes depending on like where I'm at in my life, I guess. Where do I read? I read everywhere. Everywhere. I have a Kindle. I'm currently using the Kindle Scribe, and so if you don't know about Kindles, you can basically read on any kind of electronic device. So I read on my Kindle, I read on my phone, I read on my laptop, I read everywhere. Before I switched to using a Kindle, I would always pack like a bag in my purse. So if I'm in the car, obviously not driving, if I'm in the car, reading there. If I'm waiting in line somewhere, I'm probably going to be reading there as well. When I was a teenager, I used to bring a book to a party and I would read in parties. So yeah, I read everywhere I can. Like if I'm gonna be idle someplace and not doing anything, I'm gonna pull out a book to read. The next question is, what are my favorite genres? Smut. Currently, I really like reading, I'm 100% fiction. The first time that I can recall reading a non-fictional book was when we read for book club the new Britney Spears memoir. I can't remember the last time I read a non-fiction book outside of when I was like in school. I generally like fiction that is in the, I guess it's called like contemporary fiction, where like it's in the world we're in right now, but generally there's like something going on, so like something supernatural that changes their world to make it different from our world. So I like those kind of books. I like if there's vampires, werewolves, shapeshifters, dragons, but I know that like I lean very heavily towards vampires, zombies, like anything that's pretty much supernatural leaning. I feel like the past year or two, I have been reading a lot more smutty books than I have in the past. I feel like I've always liked a little smuttiness in my books. I don't know what's been going on the past year or two. I feel like I've been reading a lot more smut. Like I said earlier, I kind of go through these like different moods and things of like genres that I lean heavily towards. I feel like before the panini happened, I was reading a lot of like zombie apocalypse and like any kind of like apocalyptic thing, but my anxiety over the panini, I kind of stopped reading in that genre. Y'all remember the start of it, like everybody panic! Oh my god! No one really knew what was going on, what was safe to do, what was not safe to do.
Some took more extreme measures.
2 garbage bags. My shoes and came loose.
And reading books where someone had a cold and it turned into an apocalypse, it wasn't the kind of reading that I wanted to do. So I haven't done a lot of reading in that genre in a while. Next question is, what does my book collection look like? So my book collection is almost completely digital. When I moved in here with my now husband 5-ish years ago, I was already reading digital books then, but I was previously living with my parents. I have a collecting problem. If you're new, I have a small problem collecting things. And when I read books, I buy the book and I have the book. And I know you can trade books in, like I know that's a thing, but like I can't get rid of things. I have a hard time doing that. So I basically ran out of space in my room to like house all of my books. And since I ran out of space, that's when I started reading ebooks. And so now I read ebooks. So I don't really buy a lot of physical books unless I stumble across something at like Goodwill or a secondhand store that I can't find a digital version to. Then I'll get that physical copy because now I have a lot more space to store the books. But in general, I read almost exclusively on like my Kindle. I will admit I do feel a little envious towards seeing people's like beautiful bookshelves and things. I'll insert footage here of my husband's bookshelf because my husband does like to read a lot and he has a ton of books. Like in our TV room, we have wall to ceiling bookshelves there. And so like now, yes, I do have space to, house my books, but I'm a Kindle girly, so my collection is a little lackluster. Like all of my books that I had before I started switching to ebooks are currently in moving boxes in my parents' basement. Like I haven't even brought them over here yet. So that is it for my BookTube Newbie Tag. I would love to know for any of the people who watch the channel, if you're like a book person, feel free to answer the questions. I unfortunately don't know any booktubers, so I don't have anyone to tag right now. Yeah, I only recently started watching a lot of booktube content. Honestly, I started watching a lot of the Book Talk, the folks on TikTok. That was the book content that got me more into book content content, and I've been kind of trickling over to the creators that I like on TikTok who do book videos. I've been trickling over to their YouTube channels, and so like my recommendations has not yet given me like a ton of new recommendations. So if you are watching this and you have like a book related channel or you post book videos, if you have a book blog, anything at all, please comment, because I'd really love to meet some, you know, book creators on here. So before we end today's video, I want to give a very special shout out to my channel members, Shenanigang. Just thank you guys so very much. Your names of course are all on the screen right now. I'll have a link in the description box if you'd like to sign up for my channel memberships, but you know, as always, please do not feel pressured to sign up. Just like the video, comment, share, subscribe, all the things, and we are good. So just thank you all very much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. So just thank you all so much for watching today's video. Just have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!